Sports presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. To Orlando. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Right now we're going to go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Erik Spoelstra. What'd you find out, Doris?
He has a very specific approach laid out. He told me that they're going to concentrate on working the ball into the paint as much as possible today and taking advantage of what he believes is a significant edge for them on the interior. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. Here's Freak. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
The Bulls making a switch here. Mirotic is checked in. Then for the Heat, Winslow's checked in for Bosh. Henderson comes in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Ish Smith in for Goran Dragic. And the Bulls with another miss.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing. On that possession, they were all over him on the perimeter.
Deng passes to Henderson. Screen by Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Henderson. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. There's 1:54 left here in the first quarter. The tray, and down it goes. Three-pointer falls in from Freak. Freak's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Well, we all know that Freak changed sides recently, but it's a challenge he's up to and wanted it. It can be intimidating, Clark, to join a new team, but I think he's okay with it.
Yeah, I think so, too. I mean, he knows there are going to be some rough spots and a bit of a learning curve. But eventually things smooth out, and Freak knows how to fit in with the team, and this roster definitely looks stronger with him on it.
Stoudemire kicks to Henderson. They set the pick. Back to Stoudemire. Baseline jumper, and Aldridge sends it back. Smith on the wing. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Bulls trail by 4. Here's Freak. And airballs the triple. That one was way off.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see. Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Here's Mirotic, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And he bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right there for sure.
Yeah, he'll take those all day.
Smith dishes to Stoudemire. Screen by Smith. Stoudemire, the pass to Smith. Winslow wide open. He fires. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Now here's Freak. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Dallas. From past the arc. Can't get it to go. We sat down with Freak to discuss how he's handling the loss of his close friend.
Vic was my brother. Blood couldn't have made us any closer.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to Freak Clark and his family.
Without question. I mean, it's a really difficult.
Going with the new group. And a new group in for the Heat. Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. Deng comes in for Winslow. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And Smith subbed in for Goran Dragic. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. Deng and Bosh, your small and power forwards. Henderson out there with Smith. And it's Stoudemire in at the pivot, manning the middle. And the shot is good.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Smith kicks to Bosh. Henderson passes to Stoudemire to the right side. The wide open look here for Bosh. And again, it's the Heat missing.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Or the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Gibson a screen. There's the triple. Another three for Chicago.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker.
Smith with it, out defended by Freak. Kicks it to Bosch. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Taj Gibson picks one up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And so he hits both.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Now here's Freak, covered by Smith. There's Freak. Off target with his 3.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Stoudemire outside. Henderson against Butler. Back to Stoudemire. Smith inside. Here's Bosch. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. And it's 8 points for Chris Bosch.
Well, they're not shooting as many from outside here in the second quarter.
Yeah, they were shooting well early on. I like their spacing. I think they should get back to it.
Freak kicks to Butler. Fires from the corner. Miami grabs the miss. Stoudemire's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Smith dishes to Stoudemire. The 8-footer. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Now just a 4-point Bulls lead.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved.
No good on the triple. Now Butler. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half.
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Yeah, a different look for Miami. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Whiteside. Winslow comes in for Chris Bosch. And it's Ish Smith in for Goran Dragic. Freak in at point guard. Cole Aldrich is out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Nikola Mirotic, and it's Dunleavy in a 2-guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Early on, he tried to shoot his way out of this funk, but later in the game now, he might want to just give it up and look for his teammates to do the scoring.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Bulls?
From mid-range, it's been a very nice game for them. I mean, they've been finding the bottom of the net a lot.
And also, I think it's really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entire game.
Gibson the screen. Here's Freak. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. The Heat trail by 5. Smith outside. There's the dish to Wade. They get it again. Last downing for the Bulls, it was a loss to Dallas.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe in that game. They just could not convert their free throws.
And that makes it hard. Makes it hard to win, especially on the road. You get a chorus of about 20,000 yelling at you every time you put one off the rim. Boy, that's got to wear on you.
Now here is Smith. He's guarded closely. Wade against Mirotic. The drive by Wade. He's off from 17 feet. Chicago leading by 5. Freak with it. He's got 9. The three-pointer, no good.
You can't seem to find the range here in the second. He did a great job in the first, hitting 3 from outside.
And here is Mirotic. He feeds it to Freak. Drills it from outside. Freak's got 12 in the game.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Here's Smith. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Here's Wade. Oh, and that buzzer beater's good.
Nice shot there.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter. And so it's Chicago winning this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Joakim Noah. The fourth quarter was all him. It was like he couldn't miss, and it was just one basket after another. And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game.
you're always going to have people who don't believe. That you're really good at what you do, you know, and that's probably more so because they haven't figured out how to be good at what they know or don't even know how to do.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, I'm Ernie Johnson, and trick-or-treating door-to-door with me tonight are Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Trick or treat, give me something good to eat.
In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Philadelphia as the 76ers go up against the Chicago Bulls. For Chicago, a win tonight would make it 3 victories in their first 4 games of the season. That would be a nice little run to start the year. And the ghouls and goblins are out as we're hosting here on Halloween night. Oh, that is very scary, Shaq. I see you decided not to dress for the occasion.
Well, when you're 7 feet and as sexy as I am, you don't need a costume. Plus, I took my kids trick-or-treating before I came here. Ernie, father duties.
More levels, more devils. Greetings, everyone. Hope you're all enjoying this. Happy Halloween. It's a special October 31st matchup in the NBA here on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our Butch here. Freaks checked in. Looking at Philadelphia, they want to turn it around after the loss to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, they were just pounded on the inside, particularly on that backboard. That was a huge disadvantage for them.
Well, that's always a disadvantage when you get blasted on the glass. They needed to do a much better job of getting inside position. And if you can't do that, it's going to be a long day on the backboard.
So for Chicago right now, at small and power forward, it's Dunleavy and Gasol. Rose is out there with Freak, and it's Noah in at the center position. Pass to Cohen. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Noah.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
I was able to catch up with the head coach of the 76ers. I asked him what he'd most like to see from his team today, and he told me we'd really like to keep Pau Gasol under wraps in this one. He went on to explain that Gasol can take over games with his efficiency on the offensive end, and the key to their win will be getting a hand in his face every time. Guys?
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Gibson comes in for Joakim Noah. And Mirotic subbed in for Derrick Rose. And that one's good. Roten.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Here's Gibson. Shakes him. And he sinks the layup. Gibson's got his first basket.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
There's a screen by Noel to the paint. Terrific design on the pick foot, and he lays it in.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
And a wide open look for Freak. Knocks down the 3 ball.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
The 76ers trail by 5. Dishes to Roten. He kicks it to Noel. Shoots from 12. And the 76ers tack on 2 more. For Chicago, they won their last contest that game against Miami.
Their shooting percentage in that game was ridiculous. I mean, they created a lot of good looks for themselves, and you could see they were in rhythm and just continued to knock them down.
And, guys, I thought the key was simply getting that ball side to side, reversing it, keeping pressure on the defense. That really opened up the court for them, and I think that's why they got so many good shots.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Grant, he's checked in for Philadelphia. J.Gar Sampson comes in for Roten. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for the Bulls. Doug McDermott comes in for Dunleavy. There's a screen by Noel. A steal. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. McDermott kicks to Freak. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And Gibson sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And there's the pass to Noel. Sampson kicks to Grant. 5 on the clock.
And you can see they're struggling from the field.
But still early. I mean, they've just got to trust their offense and work to get stops.
And it's Freak missing.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Puts it up. And that one hits back iron.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
To the left side wing. McDermott, no one around him. Good on the three-point shot. McDermott's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And we reach the end of the first quarter. It's Chicago up by 9. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the... And before the game, Star Center Joakim Noah talked about the intensity of... I think Joakim, Chicago making some changes. Pau Gasol, he's checked in for Gibson. Dunleavy comes in for McDermott. And Freak subbed in for Jimmy Butler. They've got Carl Landry. Also Robert Covington out there. Okafor out there with Tony Roten. And it's Cohen in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
Chicago grabs the miss.
He's given them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
And he gets the bucket. And it's 8 points for Derrick Rose.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Picked by Okafor. Landry kicks to Okafor.
That's a wall.
The shot is off. And it's Chicago the other way. Freak with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Miami. Dunleavy the pass to Gasol. Here's Freak. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. That's now 8 points for Freak.
And they seem to have gotten something out of almost every possession. Their defense has been just as good, just a tremendous performance all the way around.
Yeah, and they're doing it in hostile territory, too. I mean, don't forget about that part of it, which makes it even more impressive.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bulls.
They definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Noah. And Mirotic subbed in for Derrick Rose. They get it back.
just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Sampson kicks to Roten. Feeds it to Noel. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4. The Bulls leading by 20. And here's Freak. 8 points for him. Got a piece of it. Over to the left wing. And the Bulls get it back. A shot's good from Aldridge.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Pick by Okafor. Inside. Here's Freak. The tray. And it's rebounded by Covington.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Here's Noel. The baseline jumper goes down. Noel's got 8. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Freak kicks to Gasol. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Freak. Off target from outside. Now here's Roten. He's coming off a 13-point game against Oklahoma City. Covington's shot is off. Now Freak. Got it off in time, but it's no good. A dominating.
Hey, Kevin.
And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast.
Talk about a terrific game. Forget.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Dunleavy. And Freak subbed in for Derrick Rose. So for Chicago right now, Freak in at point guard. Mirotic is out there with Pau Gasol. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Butler in at the 2 guard. Here's Noel. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Embiid the screen. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. He has 5.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take them long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
Here's Freak. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Covington passes to Sampson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The 76ers have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight.
It's been an issue.
The 76ers also making a change. Okafor's checked in. Chicago also making some changes. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Gibson. Doug McDermott comes in for Butler. And Freak subbed in for Derrick Rose. Joel Embiid out there with Nerlens. Well, then there's Okafor. Then it's Robert Covington. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Bulls.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Yeah, I like the discipline, the self-control, and the patience, Kevin.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And asserting themselves right from the start, guys. They'll be taking the front end of a 4-game season series between these two clubs. They've got to feel good getting the upper hand tonight against the 76ers.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Butler. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Here's the screen. Here's Freak. And a miss there on the triple. And here are the 76ers now. It's an 18-point game. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Noel, and he goes in for the dunk.
That was an excellent burst to the hoop for that throwdown. I mean, he's a laser beam, guys. Fast as light.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, exactly. They got to be happy with the outcome here.
Elated, you're right. And that one's good. Freak.
And they've just done a great job of keeping this crowd out of the game. And we're getting closer to victory. The crowd's getting quieter.
And there's not a whole lot for them to be cheering about anymore. I mean, their guys got it handed to them.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, a nice win for you tonight, Joe Kim. What was the attitude of the team coming into this game and just in general?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Jimmy Butler. He came out of the locker room at halftime and was immediately on fire. That third quarter was his, and he did not hesitate to exert. And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. Tonight, it'll be the New York Knicks going up against the Bulls out in Chicago. Looking at the Bulls, this is a team they knocked out in the first round in last year's playoffs, so they'd better be ready. Some extra motivation on this one. And let's talk for a moment about Derrick Rose. He's missed so much time the past several seasons with injuries. Kenny, is it too much to expect him to return to his former level, his MVP level?
Well, maybe not the MVP level, but he still can be a serviceable all-star, meaning he might not be able to dominate for 82 games, but he could do it for 40.
You'll do the knowledge to the master builder. We're broadcasting from Chicago as the Bulls get ready to take the hardwood here at the United Center. Looking at Chicago, they took the win in their last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the start.
Going with an almost entirely new group here. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Noah. Gibson comes in for Pau Gasol. Mirotic is checked in for Doug McDermott. And Freak subbed in for Derrick Rose. And then for New York, Mozgov, he's checked in for Lopez. Bass comes in for Porzingis. And it's Calderon in for Jared Bayless. And New York, looking at who they've got. Calderon is out there with a Afflalo. Then it's Mozgov. Then it's Anthony. And it's Bass in at the 4 slot. Freak kicks to Butler. Baseline jumper. Can't get it to go. Anthony with the defensive effort. The Knicks leading by 4. Calderon has the open look. No good from outside.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Well, we've got a moment to look back at last year's Bulls. Second in blocks, second in fast break points. And they were top 10 in opponent field goal percentage. That's a good indicator of a team getting it done defensively.
And as you mentioned, so many blocks for them last year. Some highlight reel rejections in that mix over the course of the season. No doubt about it.
Lance Thomas, he's checked in for the Knicks. Calderon kicks to Bass. Has to Afflalo. Gets some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Afflalo's got 8.
No misses for him yet in this quarter. Solid as a rock.
Here's Freak. Banked in off the glass.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
The Knicks with the lead. 1:16 left to play here in the first. Picked by Mozgov. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
What a night for Afflalo. He already has 8 points, and they've got to be happy with his work on the glass, too.
They really do. He is not giving up any ground in the paint, and when the ball goes up, you know he's going to be there to fight for it.
The Bulls making a switch here. Dunleavy's checked in. And Afflalo drops them both.
Steady work at the free throw line. Just what we're used to seeing out of him.
Here's Freak, and he dunks it down.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team... gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Here's Calderon, and Aldrich sends it back. Puts up a 3. Here's Bass. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Here is Calderon. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. There's 25 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Aflalo kicks to Calderon. Pick by Mozgov. Shot off the pick. Calderon, no good.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Here's Freak. Lets it go with a three. They get it back. Shot's good by Gibson.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Bulls lead by 2. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And the Gasol brothers, both starters in the All-Star game last season. It's the first time that's happened in NBA history. Pau talked about the joy of sharing the NBA stage with his brother Mark. Well, their story is a bit like a Chicago ends up going with the new group. The Knicks also changing it up. Mozgov, he's checked in for Lopez. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis. And it's Aflalo in for Jose Calderon. Freak, he's in at the point. Cole Aldrich is out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Mirotic in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
Here's Freak. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Knicks have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. In the corner, Aflalo with it. That's a miss. It's miss number 2 in shots from the floor. Here's Freak, and he bangs it home with one hand.
A major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
A minute 42 left to play here in the half. Here's Aldrich. Can't get it to go. And New York will come the other way. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Proficient in that game at the offensive end of the floor. I mean, their passing was dynamic and their shot selection was superb.
You do those two things hand in hand, Greg, you know the result. You move the ball like they did and take smart, good shots, you're coming away with a lot of wins.
Freak dishes to Butler. Freak kicks to Butler. Pass to Gibson. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Clock at 6. That one from long range. 6 points for Nikola Mirotic. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
While we have the time, let's take a look at last season's best transition teams. The Bulls in second.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
The Knicks have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far. So for the Knicks, Brandon Bass is checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Lance Thomas in for Anthony. Chicago's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Now here's Freak. He's covered closely. There's a screen. Outside Butler. Dishes to Freak. No good on the three.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Bayless the pass to Afflalo. Picked by Mozgov. Here's Bayless. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Freak. Nailed from three-point land. Freak's got 5 points now in the quarter. Guys, 7 times. The lead has changed hands here now.
And we still aren't halfway through this contest yet.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. Dunleavy's checked in for Doug McDermott. And Freak subbed in for Rose. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Lopez. Bass comes in for Porzingis. Thomas checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Calderon in for Aaron Afflalo. On the court for the Knicks. Mozgov is out there with Brandon Bass. Then there's Calderon. Then it's Jared Bayless. And it's Thomas in at the 3 spot.
And it looks like they left their defensive effort back in the locker room, guys. They just haven't had the same commitment here defensively in the second half.
And he gets it to go. New York's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's Bayless. Missed inside. Chicago's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. And a wide open look for Freak. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. The Knicks with the lead. Now Bayless. 10 points for him. Thomas dishes to Bass. Picked by Mozgov. The shot's good from Bayless. Bayless has got 7 points for the quarter.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And it's Freak missing. The Knicks leading by 4. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Bayless. Now here's Freak. He's got 14. And again, Chicago, no good. Calderon kicks to Bayless. This is excellent ball movement.
And you love to see that, Kevin. I mean, I love watching unselfish play, and I know Greg enjoys that too.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
The big men are Gibson and Noah. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game. So it's New York picking up the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan player, Carmelo Anthony. He delivered quite a star performance. Not uncommon as we've seen him. And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew,